the 3 mile grade 1 the other day. I think this fella gets a clear passage. He'll beat everything.
Trained by Gordon. Barry Geraghty and Folsom Blue we're going to have a look at next, also trained by Gordon, and he's had an interesting preparation for this because he ran in the Irish National, ran an absolute stormer, I have to say. Finished 5th behind General Principle. He'd won his previous start also over fences. That was here. He's back over hurdles. Now, interestingly, he's really well rated over hurdles, 128 compared to 142 over fences, so don't discount him. He's 8 to 1.
17, Willie Mullis's Ansel Valavi. No match for Lorena at Fairyhouse, but that was a quality race. Nice mare, ran all right behind Fabulous Saga at Limerick, could beat a long ways, and won well when it won in Thurles, but a fit to find here in a handicap.
Yeah, the handicap is headed by Manella Awards, and with good reason as well. He's a 12 to 1 shot here today, but he won the race a year ago. He's trained by Harry Fry, and his last run wasn't a great one. He ran at Haydock behind Sam Spinner. He'd won previously, and that was back here a year ago. So he'll be better for his November run, but he's fresh as well. Interesting to see how he goes. 8
is a great view in the JP Colours again. Dennis Cullen trains this fella. He was 5 or 6 lengths behind Glen Lowe at Cheltenham. Decent horse, sure to run a good race. He ran all right behind Total Recall at Leopardstown, the Leopardstown Chase, at Leopardstown in the Hull race there, the qualifier. And with a clear run, he won't be far away.
He won't be far away, and Dicey O'Reilly I don't think will be far away. Henry's horse, Henry de Bromhead, he's hooded for the first time here. He ran, I thought, really good race at Leopardstown back in February, early February. It was in a novice hurdle, a grade 1, when he didn't finish that far behind Tower Bridge, and he'd won previously at Leopardstown at Christmas.
7 is Jama Masters, a horse I know well. He won a couple of points for us, placed in a few Hunters Chase. We sold him at sales in Cheltenham there last year, and he's won a couple of Hull races for his present trainer, and Tracy's with him, Warren Gaitro.
Yes, I certainly am. Just admiring his horse, German Masters, who's looking for a treble in this, and he really looks well. But it is a tough ask, isn't it? It's a good race.
Yeah, it's hard, and you know he's only a novice, so we'll probably give him a bit of room. You know, we don't want to scare him early doors. The races are tough and hard over here, so. But you know, he deserves to take his chance. A few of the owners are from over here, so we thought, you know, after he won his last race, let's give it a go.
Yeah, and it's special for people to have a runner here at the Punchestown Festival. But that last one at Wyncombe, there was a lot to like about it.
Yeah, no, he did it well. He went up £9, whether he's up to doing that. But he's progressive. He'll go chasing next year. But he's a likeable horse. He stays very well. He won't mind the ground, so we'll give it a shot.
Best of luck to you, Warren.
Lovely.
Great to see you here. Thank you.
Yeah, good to see Warren Greatrix. And number 9 we're going to look at here. This is Our Little Luck. Tom Gibney's runner. Andrew Lynch rides in the Son of Marla. He's won 4 times. He was a good third, I thought, last time out at Aintree. That was a good effort in a handicap hurdle, and had won previously. Now, Ruby's gone down to the start to join Sally Ann. We can hear from them.
Yeah, it's nice to have company down here at the 3 mile start. I was starting to get a bit lonely, Ruby. I thought I'd done something wrong. But for this Alana Holmes handicap hurdle, we've 25 runners, so your expert eye is going to be well needed to pick out the winner of these.
I don't know about expert eye, but obviously we're getting close to off time, so it's going to be a quick turnaround at the start here. They're coming straight from the start, which is the grandstand, and having a look at the hurdle here. They're coming over here, then they'll gather over here just behind us for the 2 Gert men. Right behind our cameraman here, we'll check everybody's skirts. So obviously,
don't step backwards.
Runners. Yeah, 1 or 2 might ride over me. Paul, probably not in good humour. How come we didn't pick Faheen, Paul? Yeah, no answer. Yeah. There's going to get out of his shoes. But this will be a tight enough turnaround for all these guys. The 2 lads doing their girts will check, make sure the girts are tight enough for everybody, and no one needs attack adjustment. They'll gather into a formation. Then there won't be much of a delay. Andrew Lynch is going to be very handy in the pink colours going out in the track, and a little look. Barry and the McManus colours behind him on Glen Lowe. A little lucky maybe in Cheltenham, missed the last. Had to have a big chance here. Folsom Blue outside the horse in pink, the triple diamond across his back. Jack Kennedy obviously ran the blinder in last week's Irish National 2 weeks ago. 17 is Ansi Valavi and William Mullins's. You'd imagine having watched the last race and Faheen making all. You know, these guys will be well aware that the Faheen didn't come back. Now, none of them are riding a Faheen in this race, but they will be aware that the horse on the front end didn't stop, and maybe the ground is drying through the day, so there might be be, forcing the issue a bit more. And you see them all, the guys that are last down can't turn over now to try and jockey for a position where they want to be. Obviously, first come, first served, first lad down gets pole position. So there'll be plenty of jockeying for a posse here now in a minute.
You can see number 6 just heading down, Dicey O'Reilly with Dylan Robinson on board. He was one of the last ones that we have coming out, and has looked at the hurdle, and they've just started to head over there. Ruby, what were you looking for in particular when you see them coming by? What sort of thing catches your eye?
I suppose at this stage not too much, Sally Ann. The only thing you might catch your eye is if it's not that warm today, so if you had a horse that was sweating, profusely sweating, you'd be wondering why. On a cold day, that's what you'd be looking for, but nothing really. They've gone quite far away. The start is a furlong and a half back behind them. They are at post time already, so we can hear Paddy Goff in the background shouting, telling them to come back, so they'll walk back for a furlong or so, and this race will be off in about a minute or a minute and a half's time. But look, I suppose I've watched the last race. You'd be expecting them to be a good gallop here. 24 runners, 3 mile handicap hurdle. And it's a funny start. You walk up on the bend all the way to the start, and the start's just off the bend, which is not ideal, starting on a bend, because the horses to the inside have an advantage to the ones on the outside. So you'll want to be closer to the rail and further out. And if you get caught too far out, in a matter of strides, 3-4 strides, that's only sort of 15-20 yards, you can lose 8 or 10 lengths when you have a start like this that starts just off a bend. So, plenty of guys would be aware of that, but with 24 runners, somebody has to be on the outside.
You can see how far they've gone away, Ruby. We were talking earlier when we had the false starts earlier on. The idea of them going so far away at this point before they come up to the start, is that for them to get a more relaxed straight start?
Not even relaxed. It means everyone will get into a position that they might be the one they want, but one they're happy with, and therefore they'll all keep walking to the tape. It's when you get a start where you have a corner, a bend or a tight gap, and someone loses the position they're in and goes to rush back to get into it, that sets it all off and it becomes a knock-on effect. So if you can come walking from quite a distance back in a relatively straight line, guys will stay under control because they're happy with where they are, or they believe they can get into the position they want to be in relatively quickly in the race.
Who would you want to be on at this point, just before the start?
Probably Glenlow or Folsom Blue, and they both look like they're going to be ridden, fairly prominently without making the run. And a little look in the pink will probably end up in front. So you're talking Jack Kennedy, Barry Garrity, Donald Myler slotting in just behind them, sort of third or fourth.
Okay, and we'll just take a check on the betting now, just before the start with Brian.
Thanks, Sally Ann. Glenlow is your 4-1 market leader. A great few, 7-1 Anzi Valavi, 7-1 Popular as well, Tom.
Yeah, the grey mare for Willie Mullins, and also another Mullins in, mate, number 18, Didero Vallis, 33-1. Interesting, this into 20-1. So 2 Mullins horses being back, number 17 and 18, and this rock-solid favourite. Continued support. Is this the day for the Pertemps runner-up? Glenlow, favourite today, 4-1 and 9-2. Very, very strong in the betting here at Punchestown.
That's it. They're off and racing for the Alana Holmes Handicap Hurdle, and a charge of 25 runners make their way on towards flight number 1. And as they do so, it is Dicey O'Reilly who's right up on the outside. They've started at the end of the back straight. They're right across the stands. A little luck is prominent with Kate Appleby's Shoes. Miles to Memphis, another one that's close to the pace, and they're being followed by Jam and Masters. Folsom Blue is prominent. Stoneford, the blue cap down the inside, and they're being chased by the only reserve who got a run. That was the King's Baby in the white cap, yellow jacket, Sean O'Keefe aboard. Take note of his name. He's leading the novice title in the point-to-points season this year. Young Sean O'Keefe, 9 winners, but they're heading now to make their way towards flight number 2, and it is a little luck. He's going to take them along. Third at Aintree last time. Dicey O'Reilly is second. Towards the outside, Miles to Memphis, none wider than Kate Appleby's Shoes in the orange. Stoneford goes down the inside in the blue cap, and then the King's Baby, and they're being followed by Folsom Blue, who's on the outside of Burren Life. Glenlow in the white cap of the McManus colours sits about 8th down the inside, is 1 off the rail. Polar Present is inside, and Martyr Security is next. They're being followed by Orion Dobrell and German Masters, and further back behind this group, the name escapes me, who's next. And they're being followed by Screaming Rose, third in this race last year, returning from an absence, but has a weight swing with last year's winner, which is a Manila Awards. And Manila Awards reappears here for the Harry Fry team. He's in the red cap last, towards the outside almost, in the green sleeves, and last of all is Admiral O'Brien, and just ahead of him is Moonshine Bay. So they take this flight and continue on their way towards the straight for the first time in this 3-miler towards flight number 4. And it is Stoneford and A Little Luck who take off together. The King's Baby jumps it in third. Orion Dobrell, the one that was awkward there. Folsom Blue just needing a wake-up in mid-division there, as Last Goodbye towards the back, and the light blue jacket, red cap, is getting a wake-up call as well. They begin now to swing into the straight first time, on towards flight number 5, and Stoneford is going to lead them in from A Little Luck, is prominent in second towards the outside of the King's Baby. They're being chased in 4 behind this group by Dicey O'Reilly. Miles to Memphis is next with Burren Life and Dodaro Vallis. Then towards the inside is Polar Present. Art of Security is next with Screaming Rose, and Glen Lowe is in mid-division with A Great View, and they're being followed by Dad's in Trouble over from Wales for the Tim Vaughan yard, who won the big champion novice here a few years ago with Spirit of Agisa. He'd love to take this handicap and bring it back to Wales if he could. Towards his outside is Gun Digger. Towards the inside is The Name Escapes Me. Last Goodbye is next with Kate Appleby Shoes, and they're being followed by Ainsley Villavie the Grey, one of 5 fillies in the race. They're an experienced bunch. They've won 75 races between them, and in a circuit's time we'll see which one takes 76, because they're just about a circuit ahead of them. And in front, Stoneford leads, the man of Donny McInerney being followed in second spot towards the outside by A Little Luck and Andrew Lynch. The King's Baby, Sean O'Keefe. Folsom Blue is next with Dodaro Vallis, Burren Life and Dicey O'Reilly with Miles to Memphis, and then comes Polar Present. Then Glen Lowe, who was just touched off at Cheltenham last time in the Pretemps behind Delta Work. He went off favourite here. Further back to Dad's in Trouble. Gun Digger is just outside. Manila Awards at 3/4 ways back on the outside of The Name Escapes Me, and then Anzi Valavi just outside. Orion Dobrell. Monotype is next with Kate Appleby Shoes, and they're being followed by Moonshine Bay. Jammin' Masters is the early back marker, or midway back marker at this point, as they continue along now, racing away from the stands and taking the descent. And up front it is Stoneford who continues to lead from the King's Baby, who's racing in second, and they're being followed by Dicey O'Reilly, and right behind them is Burren Life with A Little Luck, as they make their way on now to go towards the next. This will be flight number 7. Dicey O'Reilly pulls up very quickly there. Dicey O'Reilly's out of it as they make their way now. Stoneford leads from the King's Baby. A Little Luck is next. Miles to Memphis just behind them, and then just behind this group is Dodaro Vallis is down the inside. Further back to Gun Digger. Just ahead of Gun Digger, Folsom Blue is being nudged along all the while, and then Burren Life, Screaming Rose is just behind the leading group. Arch of Security is next. Into the back straight they go. They've completed a circuit, and up front Stoneford, the King's Baby, and A Little Luck, the 1, 2, 3. They're being followed in fourth. Burren Life is just in behind Dodaro Vallis there. They're being followed by Polar Present, Miles to Memphis, and then Glen Lowe. Out wide is Ainsley Valavi. They're being chased on the inside by Art of Security. The one at the back just struggling a little is Jammin' Masters, but heading right across in the stands now. 2 flights coming up pretty quickly together, 8 and 9. Stoneford, the King's Baby. Right behind them is on the near side A Little Luck. Folsom Blue in the G pieces. He's been staying on for pressure. Dodaro Vallis is next, and then comes behind this group Polar Present. The one that jumped off to her left there was Kate Appleby Shoes getting detached. Another one getting under pressure at the back. Last Goodbye. There's a few other at the back feeling the pinch now as they go towards 4 flights from the finish. Stoneford, the King's Baby, Folsom Blue, A Little Luck, Miles to Memphis, Burren Life. Towards the inside to Dodaro Vallis. Ainsley Valavi travels well. Glen Lowe, white cap for the McManus team, is about 6th or 7th in white cap towards the outside, just inside the grey. Ainsley Valavi. Orion Dobrell is just behind. Gun Digger picks up a position. Coming from the back, Admiral O'Brien is picking up. Screaming Rose, 3rd last year, has a lot of work to do on this one's outside. Manila Awards is trying to pick up, but work to do. The Name Escapes Me is the red cap down the inside, making the way across now towards the 3rd last flight in the Alana Holmes Handicap Hurdle, this Grade B contest. And the King's Baby, white cap in the centre. Late spare right for Sean O'Keefe, the only reserve to get a run, but on the outside is A Little Luck for Andrew Lynch, a Fairy House winner. Ainsley Valavi is running away widest of all, the grey in the Paul Town end. Then A Great View in the centre. Glen Lowe's trying to break through. Behind them is Polar Present. Miles to Memphis is next there, and a little bit awkward there with the King's Baby. Ainsley Valavi is taken over now. Gun Digger goes in pursuit, being followed in 3rd by A Great View, and Orion Dobrell picks up strongly for Johnny Burke in the red. Glen Lowe is ridden. Manila Awards is staying on stoutly, but from a long way back, and so is Moonshine Bay in the Potts colours. They begin now to straighten up. They've won to jump. Ainsley Valavi sets sail for home. It's Mullins again. Orion Dobrell. Mullins goes in pursuit towards the inside. A Great View, and they're being followed by Glen Lowe, Gun Digger, The Name Escapes Me, Moonshine Bay, Manila Awards, Art of Security, Miles to Memphis. Ainsley Valavi leads them on now towards the final flight from A Great View. Orion Dobrell, the near side. The Name Escapes Me is next. Final flight coming up now, and it's Ainsley Valavi who just flattens the flight. Coming to challenge on the near side is A Great View with a big challenge, and it's A Great View and Ainsley Valavi. Good old battle they're having too. Ainsley Valavi the far side. A Great View is the near side. He's putting his head back. The nail on the line is very close between Ainsley Valavi and A Great View. To Name Escapes Me, Glen Lowe was next, and followed in by Orion Dobrell, and they're being followed by Polar Present, Manila Awards, Moonshine Bay, and then comes Last Goodbye, Miles to Memphis, Admiral O'Brien, Gun Digger, Folsom Blue. Heart of Security, German Masters a little luck, and then comes Dad's in Trouble, Kate Appleby Shoes, the King's Baby, Stoneford and Burren Life. Pulling up is Dodaro Vallis, but it goes to the picture between number 17, Hainsey Valavie for Paul Townend on the far side, and no horse trained more locally than A Great View. Mark Walsh and Dennis Cullen might just have got up, maybe. It's very close.
Oh, it's a thriller, isn't it? An absolute thriller. A Great View in the McManus colours, Hainsey Valavie, Paul Townend there as well. Ted, who won it?
I think Mark Walsh won it. I think just on the nod he won it. Great win for Dennis Cullen, great win for JP, but a wonderful win for Dennis Cullen. Just trains 3 or 4 miles down the road there in Michael O'Brien's old place, and would be a wonderful win for him. Willie has had his fair share, so has Paul Townend. I hope that for Dennis Cullen's sake, he just has it on the nod. I think he has. The winner, or the second horse, just got under the last a bit, and Mark jumped it super, sticking his right hand, and then he gets into his left hand, and when he gets a few tears into him, he just gets... Gray fights back on the inside every step of the way, where Mark gets a couple of cracks into behind. He just stretches that bit more. It's close. I mean, I'm not on the line, and the judge has taken time, so I think I'd be sticking your neck out. But I think Mark Walsh has just nailed it. What do you think?
Very, very
I know
close.
It's close.
I know, yeah. Oh, wow.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'll go for Paul there, and Ainsley Valavie. Yeah.
You think he won the
I think he won, I do. Hold on, let's see.
8, 17,
you were right. A Great View.
Yeah.
16. Number 20.
Sally is with the winner.
Number 2 is 5.
And here with a very relieved Mark Walsh. We did an awful lot of looking down at number cloths and talking. You were looking at Paul Townend and he was looking back at you, Mark. You really weren't sure that you had got it.
Yeah, and Paul said to me crossing the line that I wanted, but as soon as that close, you just don't know. So luckily he had his head down at the right time.
And what a great win for Dennis Cullen as well, a local trainer. It must mean a lot to him.
Yeah, in fairness to Dennis, he was fairly bullish about him, so all credit goes to Dennis.
And for you as well to ride a Punchestown Festival winner. It's nice to make a break from the Willie Mullins and Gordon Elliott show.
That's it, and Paul was cursing himself after. I says, Paul, he's given a few of us, the rest of us, the chance, so it's great to get a winner at the festival.
Well done, Mark.
Mark is a local man too as well. Mark is a Clane man. Mark Walsh, he was... had a great year as well too. Had a wonderful year 2 years ago, and he was very close to being champion jockey and got knocked out. But he's a fine rider, Mark. Lovely fella, but a great rider as well too. And the two smashing riders here. On the inside here we have Paul Townend riding out of his skin, and Mark Walsh on the outside. And we have Dennis Cullen to interview now. Come on, Dennis.
Yes, the aptly named A Great View winning there. I've caught up with Dennis Cullen. I say you had a great view watching that. I know there must have been a few nervous moments, but you came out on top.
He's workmanlike, but when you ask him, he gives. He's a very, very genuine horse. We felt we were a bit unlucky in Cheltenham. He missed 2 out when he was going well. So it's great compensation for the team to get this, you know. And for the lads at home in the yard and the team. And Alan Donoghue rides and work all the time for me, and he's done a great job. And, you know, he said, no, you're ready, kick on. So we're delighted.
He was so tough, and he really battled, didn't he?
He really battles. He is tough. So yeah, we're delighted.
Local trainer makes it extra special to have a winner here at the festival, doesn't it, Dennis?
It's nice. You know, we've struggled a bit this year to you know, horses are running well, but they're hitting the crossbar. So this kind of makes up for the, you know, it'll keep us going now. Hopefully into the summer we have a few nice horses to run. So delighted with that.
Very special. Let's hope it's the first of many more.
Thank you very much.
Dennis.
Thank you.
That was a close finish, a short head. The official winning margin between A Great View and Hainsey Valavie, 7-1 each of two. Mark Walsh getting up in the shadows of the post. The name escapes me. He was third at 33-1. And the fourth place was Orion Dobrell in the hands of Jonathan Burke at 40-1. Fifth was your favourite, Glenlow, sent off your 4-1 favourite. But A Great View wins for Mark Walsh, JP McManus and trainer Dennis Cullen, your 7-1 winner. We'll have the competition, of course, an opportunity to go to the Curragh for Guineas weekend after this commercial break.